Majesty Queen Elizabeth pays a visit to her Canadian boys in a hospital somewhere in England. For some of the lads, it's the first time they've ever chatted informally with royalty. Others have spoken to the Queen many times during their long training period in England and when their Majesties visited Canada. The charming lady sweeps through the wards like a ray of sunshine, leaving smiles and happiness behind her. At another United Kingdom Canadian General Hospital, the Duchess of Kent greets veterans from the Western Front. The beautiful Duchess, who is Princess Marina of Greece, is a war widow. Her husband, the King's youngest brother, was killed in a plane crash 3 years ago. The Duchess leaves thoroughly impressed by the good humor of Canada's Western Front veterans.
Take this message to Air Vice Marshal Hubbolton, AOC 84 Group, RAF, from myself. I should be glad if you would convey the Royal Air Force and United States Army Air Force commanders concerned my appreciation of the intimate, extensive, and most effective air support given to formations and units of the Canadian Army in today's operations. The teamwork has been quite first class and the results quite excellent.
Arthur Donovan, the greatest fight referee in the world, is one of the guests of honor at a boxing match in Canada's capital. Sponsored by the Ottawa Inter-Service Athletics Council, the opener brings together Corporal Chartrand of the Army and able Seaman Cunningham. Chartrand draws first blood and wins the bout. A baby fight for 35-pounders features Morley Edwards and Mayo Basket. The toddlers throw a few wild ones, but their heart is sure in their work. Even a few tears from Baby Basket doesn't dampen his ardor to be in there at the kill. Dave Costell, Canadian welterweight champ, is another guest. He referees the bout between Patsy Dupont and Sanvido. Both contestants are in perfect condition. During the opening rounds, it's anybody's fight. Both fighters tally up the same number of points. As the bout continues, Dupont unleashes everything he has got. Sanvido can't stand up under the pounding. He is knocked down for the count of 6. He is game to the last and wants to continue, but Costell stops the fight. To the winner go the coveted spoils. It's face-off time in Brighton Arena for the finals in the hockey championship of the Canadian Army Overseas. Number 1 Canadian Army Service Corps Reinforcement Unit are the Pearly Champs. Canadian Base Workshops are the Brighton Flashes who take the edge from the start. Breaking away, cast crew are held by the CBW Brilliant Defense. Then, taking over the offensive, the workshop boys launch a terrific drive for the cast crew net. The standard of play is very high. In the lineup are several stars of the Pro League. Red Hamill represents Detroit, Polly Drouin, the Canadiens. Moving into the third period with a substantial lead, CBW defend their net with some snappy stick handling. The ironclad defense just can't be broken. Service Corps break away in the last period to drop the rubber in the sack for the last tally. The final score indicating the play is CBW 4, Cast Crew 1. The championship cup goes to the winning coach. Individual plaques are presented to each member of the victorious team. In Grave, Holland, Corporal Dennison of Toronto receives third prize in the poster contest for the 8th Victory Loan Drive now starting. Corporal Adamson of Victoria, BC is the first prize winner. To him goes a $100 victory bond, a mighty useful prize for after the war. Private Boyd, on returning to Brussels from leave, finds he is the second prize winner. He receives congrats of his OC. Boyd was a commercial artist in Winnipeg. In London, the prize-winning posters are photographed in preparation for mass printing. At CMHQ's printing and stationery section, soldier photographers and printers handle the job. Sponsored by the Brussels edition of the service newspaper Maple Leaf, the poster contest unearthed plenty of hidden talent. In Canada, the United Kingdom, and all theaters of war frequented by Canadians, the posters will advertise the coming campaign. From the presses they roll out to encourage Johnny Canuck to invest in the best. With an objective of $9 million, the Canadian Army Overseas will go over the top as it drives forward to Berlin. Somewhere in Germany, a Red Cross issue of clothing catches up with the 1st Canadian Army. A welcome sight are the dozens of cases of warm woolen wearables knitted by Canada's mothers and daughters. At number 5 Auxiliary Services section, the woolies are handed over to the quartermaster for distribution. Woolen gloves, socks, and sweaters are very much appreciated, especially when they are home knitted. Johnny Canuck will be warm and comfy on guard tonight, thanks to the women of Canada and the Red Cross. Timber falls in western Germany in preparation for the last great push. Close to the Rhine, woodsmen of the Canadian Forestry Corps provide the wherewithal for bridging the great stream. According to the experts, the stand of German timber is of excellent quality. In the bush, the high rigger gets a workout as production proceeds at a fast clip. A fast Canadian mill is set up and operated just behind the lines to translate timber into lumber. Royal Canadian Engineers assemble Class Number 9 barges to act as ferries across the Rhine. Completely prefabricated, the barges are pieced together the same as Bailey bridges. The completed barge is self-powered. It is capable of carrying loaded vehicles across the water. Thus is provided another artery of supply to keep our victorious armies rolling forward. Infantry visit the Armored Corps lines to attend the Armored Circus. In Germany, troops of the CIC are shown just how the various armored vehicles assist the foot sloggers in the attack. A Sherman flail tank makes short work of a minefield. Beating a path for following armor and infantry, the flail is always in the vanguard. A petard tank fires a demolition bomb known as the flying dustbin. When enemy strong points hold up advance, the petard is called into action. The Churchill crocodile flame-throwing tank is one of the weapons which strikes dread into even crack enemy units. From its fiery maw comes a wall of flame which shrivels everything in its path. Thus up in smoke goes Hitler's mad dream of empire.